Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Lounge Lab, the official podcast for the Skilla project. For those of you that hear us or watch us for the first time, I am Konstantinos, the project manager of Skilla, and today I'm honored to have with me Ovidiu and Tudor from the CLUJ IT ecosystem, who will present themselves in a brief while to discuss HR challenges in the IT sector and how the Skilla platform can support and will be able to support small and medium enterprises across Europe. So, Ovidiu and Tudor, it's a pleasure to have you here with me.
Thank you.
And hello, hello. So, can each of you briefly introduce yourselves and your organizations?
Yes, let me start. My name is Ovidiu Codreanu. I am currently the administrator of NordLogic software in Cluj-Napoca. I have been one of the co-founders of NordLogic almost 20 years ago. And now we are part of a bigger group, the Arabs group of companies listed at the Bucharest Stock Exchange. NordLogic software does mainly projects of custom software development for clients in the USA, UK, and Romania.
That's very good.
Yeah, I'm Tudor Cret. Life is hard, work soft group. When life is hard, we work soft. And I've been building up products and managing application projects in IT for over a decade. At Life is Hard, we build applications for SMEs and we transform them digitally. We also have a powerful InsurTech division where we offer directly software and application for insurance brokers in Romania, but we also have a very strong presence in digitalization of the public sector, and where we try to transform this sector.
Okay, thank you very much. It's great to see that the Cluj area has so much innovation and industrial companies. And I must say, Tudor, that when I first saw your company, you're the opposite of LG, right? LG is life's good, and your life is hard. So that's intriguing. And let me ask you both. So why is the topic of human resources and digital skills so crucial for SMEs in the IT sector right now? Why is human resources and digital skills important to you, to your companies?
In my opinion, what we have seen in the last years is a shift in the market, which poses great challenges on the human resources field. The shift is that a few years ago, there were a lot of IT projects, software projects. There was a lot of funding, especially when the pandemics started. Many people went on the direction of online platforms, and also the big companies developed their platforms. There was a migration to the online. And suddenly the need for human resources in the software development increased then. After the pandemics and with all the unpredictability of the world context, the war has started. Let me mention the presidential elections in the USA, the result of which brought a lot of instability and unpredictability in the world, and the market rebalanced, and a lot of entry-level or mid-level workforce has been laid off, as you know, by the big companies.
Massive layoffs.
And this is the shift that I feel we encounter today. Less projects, more unpredictability, less budgeting, and the clients have become more picky about the human resources involved in their projects. So they start by asking only for seniors, which is not sustainable, in the first place. And it also lets out of the market the juniors and most of the mid-levels. So there is suddenly a skill gap in the market.
Yes,
We
exactly.
only want seniors, but we don't have enough seniors. And on the other hand, the juniors and the mid-levels have a gap they have to fill quickly, or else they stay outside the market. So this is, I think, where a skill-oriented platform like Skill Lab can really help to assess the skill gap, to maybe recommend training.
Yes, and upskill and design of learning pathways, let's say, is there one of the objectives of Skill Up. And Tudor, would you like to
Yeah,
tell us, for example, some challenges of?
yeah, I would add to what Ovidiu said, and I would go in the direction of reskilling. If we take a look, like we have the pandemic, put us as a humanity to learn new skills. We had to adapt in order to survive. So we have learned new skills. And I would add another factor that happens right now, which is the AI. If I think, well, almost 20 years ago, when I was a student, I was writing up the first line of codes using AI and doing predictions. And now I realize that that work that was in the research phase, it's actually here. It's actually you can use it. So as Ovidiu said previously, juniors in the market are less and are needed as much as the seniors, and the skills just shifted also because of the AI, because basic stuff AI can do it very well. So it's another tool in the hands of the right people, but it comes one question: which are the skills that we need to build in the future in order to adapt? What happens with the market regarding the skills? Are we going to reskill us? Okay, yes, we are going, because we are continuously adapting. But how we reskill, where we go, what we need in the future. So I think getting some trends from the market and trying to have some analysis and research, and putting you as an SME in front of seeing a bit in the future regarding the skills and what's coming up, that might be very helpful and very resourceful, especially for the HR department, which are in a continuous battle in order to find the best people. Because yes, we have a lot of seniors, we need a lot of seniors, but we don't know if the skills are the ones that we are looking for. And the triage is actually harder to do, because you can't afford to make a mistake. The project tends to become less and less, because we got to a point of maturity, and to a point where the industry is reshaping, is settling down. So you have to be selective with those one that you recruit. You have to be selective with the skills, and you have to take the right decision. The HR needs to take the best decisions there. So you don't have too much room to mistake. And also you don't have too much room to do experiments. If I don't know, 7 years ago, there were plenty of projects and you just needed and you had a problem of execution. Now we are not there anymore, and you have to be more selective with the skills that are in the market, with the skills that you are looking for, with the skills that you need on a project, and you need to do a matching regarding the skills. So I think this would be a very good point where a platform can help us as an SMEs, and trying to figure out where we go, how we can do it better, and help us doing and taking better informed decisions.
I would like to add
Yes, of course, Ovidiu.
One aspect is that a few years ago, there was room to learn during working on the project. So if the team was not skilled, 100% skilled to the demands of the project, there was room to learn while working on the project. Today, there's no room to learn during the projects. The clients expect people to already know, already have the experience. And another shift, another trend is that clients prefer now fixed price projects. They want to know beforehand how much it is going to cost. And that moves all the risk of the project to us, the development companies. Then we also don't have the margins to take the risk to use junior people. We have to go with seniors and be sure that we can deliver within the budget. So this is one pressure, additional pressure on us.
Surely, but why do you think this happens? I mean, you mentioned earlier less budget. You mentioned now that customers expect an already experienced personnel and fixed prices. So can that be attributed to a decline in the global economy? Can that be attributed to the fact that most projects can surely be done by AI nowadays? Why is this shift happening in the requirements, let's say, of the client?
I think it's the demand and offer balance, unpredictability in the market forces the big companies, the investors, to be more prudent with their budgets. They don't have to risk it. They don't want to risk it, else the stakeholders would not be pleased. And
yes, that makes sense.
Projects are stalling, projects are not beginning, and less projects. The offer of workforce, let's say from Asia, is very big. The offer of workforce. They have a lot of good people also, and a lot of juniors also, like us. And the competition is more fierce now for the fewer projects that there are in the market.
Okay, and before, I mean, I want to discuss skill lab, of course, but I also want your as company owners and as people that, of course, view candidates every day and know us, let's say, the skills. Have you observed the mismatch between what the education system equips candidates with the skill supply, let's say, and what the job market needs? Let's say in the CLUJ area, because I suppose it's different from country to country, but in CLUJ and in Romania, maybe in general, is there this mismatch that is observed in most countries? I mean, in Greece, we surely have that, but is this the same according to your insights?
I would say yes, it's a mismatch, and also if you look into these skills that you have and into this economical situation, and if you take back also look in the past in such situations, the key to make it better, to get to some better position, was to develop new skills and to develop and to find out and to innovate. And innovation comes also via reskillings and building up new skills, which brings new ideas, which brings something new and disrupt the market. So I would say that this mismatch of skills that exists between the market, what we need and what we want to have in the future, somehow the gap can be closed. And in reskilling and upskilling, you actually got new opportunities that actually can bring to innovation, and in the end can bring to a better situation for ourselves as SMEs. So I think it's important to have this kind of matching between what we think that we will need in the future regarding skills, what we currently have and what we currently find, and what's coming, for example, from the universities, because we are looking at the new guys that are coming. They have a set of skills and they need to build a set of skills. What we already have in our companies and what we think that will be the future. So it helps us to align and to take better decisions, to create a strategy for the future. I think that's a sweet spot that we currently don't have, and that would be very, very good and very helpful to have a platform or an application where, for example, we can match what's coming, what we have, and where we want to be in the future.
Yeah. So I have good news. So that's what we want to do with Skill Up. And okay, let me take a few moments then because that's what the Skill Up platform wants to do in support of SMEs. So well, I mean, we have already said that the Skill Up platform in previous episodes we have said that Skill Up is we want basically to build a skills identification platform, and that's the point. That when we will take the skill supply, what's coming from the education system, and the skills demand, what's required from companies like much like your companies, for example, and what we want to do in support of SMEs is to provide both some pathways for upskilling inside the company for workshop creation, let's say, but also to be able to arm your HR departments with the tools to identify which candidate is the best for a position in terms of with what skills he or she has, what based on the requirements of the position, if they can perform efficiently, or maybe even how they can be reskilled while they get a position. And what makes Deep Skill Up different from other HR tools is that we don't merely provide the recommendation of a candidate, we provide a justification. We can predict which skills this candidate might be required to learn in the future. And we also provide strategies for he or she to learn them via the education system, via courses, via learning material. So I believe that, I mean, I like to think that this would be necessary, if not complementary to some of your company's tools. But I would like to hear your opinion on, do you think that SkillUp is something that your companies could make good use of?
Yeah, I personally think so. Yes, yes. As far as I can see, it would help us on the usual human resources flows like recruitment and also skills assessment for new recruitees and for the existing people in our organization. So yes, yes, it sounds very interesting.
Skills assessment, I think it's the most important one also, because we have cases, for example, where we have for just a single job opening, for example, 200 candidates, and
Yes, exactly.
one person can miss out exactly that skills that you are actually looking for, or you can looking for a particular skill, or you can identify a particular skill that nobody has, but as a human reviewing 150 or 200 CVs for only one job opening, most probably some of the skills you will just simply won't see. So you might find also gems between those skills of the 150, 200 persons applying for a job, which in other way you can't find. So yeah, skills assessment, I think it's one of the most needed tools that might do a difference and might really help those ones in recruitment, and also it makes the process more efficient. So it's another advantage because you gain more time, you close sooner the job opening, and you also provide a very fast feedback back to the applicant. So
Yeah, sure.
it really helps you.
Yeah, and that's the point. I mean, talking about efficiency in skills assessment, that's one of SkillUp's key features because we are using, I mean, in several CVs, you unless you have a template like Europass, for example, you cannot expect I think that you cannot expect all candidates to express their skills in the same way. So I think that using a defined skill taxonomy, a defined way to express skills and a defined way to assess skills is also helping you to speak a common language for all CVs and also to be able to, let's say, discard some CVs that may not fit your role and keep the top 10, let's say. So that's where a SkillUp may help SMEs primarily. And because we use a defined taxonomy, ESCO, and this is what we can provide. We can provide a structured way to assess skills. But of course, if we assess skills, that's fine. But do you see value in using SkillUp for training recommendations, workshop formulation inside the companies, or is this something that you would trust another source to do, or would you use a tool like that?
Yes, we would. Yeah, it sounds interesting to get training recommendations. So, of course, we are waiting to see what are the performances and the results from SkillLab. But yes, good tool we would use.
Great. But let
Yeah,
me ask you.
training
Oh,
is
yes, of
part
course.
of the just one more idea I want to add here. Training, I think it's a constant battle, at least in SMEs. Why I say it's a battle because you always have to look of being performant and allocate some time for training. But if you don't allocate time for training, then possible you are not doing skill updates. So on longer term, you might lose some pace or you might lose some opportunity. So that's why it's a constant battle. Now, given the fact that you already have people doing this, which are objectives, having a tool again, it helps them become more efficient and it helps them with new ideas. I would say that having such a tool creates innovation inside a company and provides you with some insights and analytics that you wouldn't see otherwise. So yeah, I think it would be a great addition to have such a tool and try to see better what you are actually seeing, but to see through, let's say, another set of applications
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
tells you.
exactly. Yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward to use SkillUp to be able to deploy our pilots and see what SkillUp can do for your companies. But so just a final question on the usage of SkillUp because it's very interesting. We want, of course, to help you design trainings and upskilling workshops in the company, but does that come in conflict with what you said earlier, that clients do not expect the personnel to grow inside the company? They expect the personnel to already be experienced. So maybe investing too much time in the training, even efficient training provided by skills, let's say, would that be the requirements of the client?
Well, we have to do the training. We have to do the upskilling and reskilling of personnel, or else there will be the gap would get bigger in time.
Mhm.
So we have to
I
address it.
see. I see. Yes.
Companies, governments, society has to address this skill gap because there is a gap today, but if we don't do anything, the juniors and mid are left behind and the gap is increasing. And in 10
Yes.
years from now, there will be only a few seniors who are very good and nobody else. And we need people.
Yeah, for sure. Makes sense.
I'm thinking here, Ovidiu, at one of examples came into my mind. There are several applications that are running on the aviation industry, and they are written in COBOL and Fortran, which were
Oh
written
my
in
God.
the 70s and 80s. And
Yeah.
these applications are really critical to run, and because nobody knows Fortran and COBOL because these skills are already outdated, there are only a few specialists in this world that maintain those applications. So if something breaks into that applications, you will need them like air, let's say, like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So the gap there, it's absolutely huge. It's huge, and as Ovidiu said, if we don't do anything into filling the gap and closing the gap, probably in, I don't know, 15 years, because we are moving faster than 50 years ago.
Sure.
In 15 years, the gap will be absolutely huge. So it's, and as I said, it's a constant battle to train and to upskill and reskill people inside the company. And I would say that this battle is not necessarily, I don't know, on a period of times. It's constant and it's an ongoing process. Imagine
Yes.
that AI came,
That's
so
correct.
we just adapted from doing. We're just adapting while doing things and delivering to the clients. It's not easy, but you can't continue without doing it, because otherwise the gap is becoming very,
Yes.
very.
Yeah, it's wide. Yeah, funny thing about COBOL is that most of the, I mean, many of the banking systems, the ATM machines in Greece are written in COBOL, and that's the running joke that if people don't learn COBOL, these things will just, break down and nobody will,
Yeah.
the country will paralyze, So,
We just
okay.
reskilled us and upskilled us to newer technologies, and
Yeah,
some of us remain on that older skills, but which are still necessary today.
exactly. So maybe it's a matter of upskilling, but also learning some niche skills, let's say. It's yeah, interesting idea. And okay, so let's talk about the future. I mean, okay, let's say that SkillUp is deployed and you use it and you get some insights, and that's wonderful. But so, given if let's say that you as company owners want to devise a future ready skill strategy, so what do you think that what pathways of upskilling do you see for your companies and for IT SMEs in general to be ready for the future? Which skills would you invest on, and what strategies would you adopt? Let's say it's theoretical, but I would like to hear your insights.
So I would say the pain point here is assess the skill gap, as I said, and upskill or reskill. And the new field of technological field that is rising is the AI assisted programming or coding. And this is something we cannot ignore. We have to embrace it and do it and promote it to our developers, because if we don't do it, the competition is already doing it and we will be left behind.
Surely. Okay, and Ovidiu, want to weigh in here? Tudor, excuse me.
Yeah, um, I would say AI upskilling is the new trend, and is the newest hype, let's say. Um, from my experience in the IT industry, there were waves and waves and hypes. If you take a look in the past, um, we also have such waves like AI is. Just that AI is totally different, because I think is the biggest wave, because
Yeah, agreed.
it's something totally different from what we had till now. So you have to adapt, you have to upskill, and you have to reskill, and you have to develop for the future. And it comes the question, which are going to be the skills that AI will actually produce? Where
Exactly.
shall we go?
That's
And
the question.
what can we actually do with AI in the future?
Mm-hmm.
I imagine, and this is just a creativity game, in 10 years from now, I would say that almost 50% of the jobs will have a component which says, are you capable to use AI or not? Like, are you capable to use Word and Excel? So I think that's the place where we want to find out, if possible, which are those skills that in I don't know, 5 years from now, 7 years from now, will be
Mm-hmm.
the most demanding ones. Definitely AI is on the list, but which of them? Which of
Yes,
them?
that's the point.
Yeah, which of them and how the people are starting to use the AI? Which are their skills that are developed more into this zone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, AI, it's a trend, but definitely if we, I don't know, if you look at some other industries, for example, healthcare, yeah, then definitely there is an AI involvement, but also non-AI skills that probably the industry wants, the one industry needs. Uh, yeah, so such a platform, I think, would be great to have an input.
I'm
Do
very
you see?
curious. Prediction
Yeah.
of platform. Prediction of what are the skills for 10 years from now.
Yeah, we're also curious about that. We research that right now as we speak, and to be able to integrate the component in the platform. But the insights look very, very promising. But so, do you see potential in personalized AI? I mean, like in companies like yours, could personalized AI be something that you would use? For example, an AI that each person maybe could have his or her own personalized AI assistant that knows his preferences, hobbies, interests, history, past history. So, is there a potential in that, or is it another bubble that will burst? That's something that interests me when I think of AI and its rise in recent years.
I think this is the direction things that will be going, and it also brings opportunities, and also it brings potential problems. So it
Truly.
depends a lot of how we use things and how things are evolving. Yes, I think every company can use AI for different tasks, flows, automations. Almost every company, not only in the IT sector. So yes, AI assistance in many areas of the company's operations, automations of all kind, and even personalized personal assistants that help you work and do your tasks will be a trend, I think.
Hmm. Yeah, I think we share the same opinion, but it's very interesting to see how fast this will move
I'd
into
say
the
that
future.
one of the most interesting things that we might adopt in our companies is to actually um, reskilling or skilling an AI assistant, starting from the skills that we have in the company, and then building up on those skills in order to adapt the communication and the message to the group, because each company in the end, it's a group, it's an organization, it has its own culture. So definitely an agent that can actually understand the skills of the people, it can take the right decisions through inference in order to do recommendations of
Yes.
new skills, innovative skills, and provide with the feedback. But I said recommendations and
Replacing the person.
not replacing the
Individual.
person, because uh, we have to have a look at the emotions. You can't build a skill without emotions and without the human part. That will definitely remain there, but definitely it's essential to have this tool which can provide you with analytics, with some ideas, and to help you in order to be there with you and to take
Mhm.
some of the job. I think that in the end it can make you more efficient, and it can be a very, very good companion, which
Yeah, that's the right word, I think.
yeah, I think the companion is the right word. And I see, I don't know, Skill Lab AI companion.
Yeah, maybe.
Why not?
Yeah,
Which
we could.
which helps you through the journey of skilling, and why not? It can provide you also with self-trust, because it can show you, for example, some skills that you don't realize that you have. I don't
Yeah,
know.
sure.
I I've seen some examples um, from our real life where AI agents provides you with a set of skills, started from how you write code, for example. And I think Skill Lab is actually it can go into that direction and provide you
Mhm.
with this assessment. And this will actually, I'm thinking as a developer, if I see that I have a skill that I don't think I have, my self trust will grow up. So it's very good, because
Yeah,
I
it
gain
is.
more confidence. So tomorrow I'll write better code. Why not?
Yeah,
Or at
no,
least I'll be more
this is
motivated.
interesting.
Yeah.
Surely, and of course, it would be very resourceful if our platform could do exactly what you said. I mean, read a developer in quotes and propose skills that he or she wouldn't even think of. So that's very interesting. And okay, so to my final question, I know, of course, that there is competition, so you can share whatever you want. If you could share something with other SMEs about preparing for the AI personalized assistant future, let's say, what would you have an advice to share or a message as long as you can? I mean, I know there is competition and everything, but something of an insight for the future, for all of us to be better prepared for AI and what's coming.
I cannot say anything new that I said before. Just we have to skill for AI usage and not stay away from it.
Hmm.
Embrace it and go for it and start using it because it's unavoidable.
Yeah, yeah, that's uh, that's true, for better or worse.
I think it's important to share, and to at some level of information. It's good to share the information and to share the data between SMEs. But as in a family, each person has something very distinct and very unique. Same here. Some of the information shall be shared and shall be publicly available. For example, skills that are in the market, but there are some other parts that needs to be maintained individual for each SME, because that makes that SME unique. And
Hmm.
in order to have a healthy ecosystem, and I'm thinking here on the ecosystem from CLUJ, if you want to
Yes.
build and to get further to the next level, then we have to be together, and we have to sit together as in the same boat, but we also have to maintain that something that's unique to each of us. So I think here Skill Lab can do a difference and can provide us with an overview of what's going on in the market, while each of us can maintain our own, let's say, uniqueness, our that element that it's unique for each of us. So yeah, in the end, that I think that would be very, very helpful and good for the local ecosystem.
Yeah, I quite like this perspective, and that's what we also want to do in SkillUp. I mean, our main goal is to create long-term impact, particularly with SMEs and clusters like the CLUJ IT cluster. So yeah, I think that being able to provide the cluster with general assessments, but also tailored to its SME while also maintaining the uniqueness of its company. It's quite, I would say, but also
Yeah.
it's
I
very,
think that also this helps to close the gap that's coming in the next years, and helps also the universities to prepare the new young generation in the next years to close the gap, because we are here, but we won't be here for forever. In the end,
yeah,
we are getting
inevitable.
older. The new generations that are coming, they need to take from us and to take the lead. So I think this information actually help us to prepare for the future, and to prepare not only us as SMEs, but also the universities and the new younger generations that are coming. And as an SME, I think it's good that we can participate, and we are able to shape the future via
Yeah,
via a platform such Skill Lab. So as I said,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
important to share and to have this public information, because this on top of it we can build new things in the future.
Yeah, there's a project we are also very glad to be able to help the new generation to find proper employment, let's say. So yeah, I think that we had a very interesting discussion. I would like to thank you, of course, both for being here with me, and I think that the CLUJ IT ecosystem and your companies do a very good job in IT and in upskilling, reskilling, and yeah, it was a pleasure having you.
Thank
Um,
you.
Thank you very much. And so, if our listeners, any SME, want to learn more about the Skill Up project, they can, of course, visit our website of the project. And if anyone wants to get involved in our pilot program, feel free to contact us and yeah, reach us, and we'll see what we can do. So, that was another episode of the Lab Lounge. So, stay tuned for more.